Hi, everybody. This is Vladimira Kuna, and I have an amazing international best-selling author, Anna Stevanovic, here, who's written a book, Beginners with the Black Belt. Now, she is a PGI consultant. She works in the oral industry, and she also not studies, but she is actively practicing the Japanese martial arts. Hi, Anna. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you, Vladimira.
So, tell us something about your book.
Well, the book, as you said, it's called Beginner with a Black Belt. I just published it around 2 months ago.
Mm-hmm.
The book is basically because the subtitle is Becoming a Master of Your Life Journey. And it is a little bit the kind of a blueprint when we want to achieve our own self mastery. And the whole idea, it's based, it draws some lines between the coaching and everything that we learn in PGI, and on the other side, the Japanese martial arts, which is kind of a combination you don't find that often.
Oh, that's amazing. I love that. People always say martial art is just one of the best things you do for your self-discipline and calmness of mind. So how many years you've been actually practicing it?
Well, I started when I was like 15 or 16.
Oh, wow.
So I'm not going to tell you now how old I am, actually.
No, you look very young, but still 15. I
Some
know
years,
you.
let's say. But I made breaks, and then coming back to training, it was always on and off because I moved to different countries
Okay.
and had different experiences. But yeah.
Mhm. Oh, that's amazing. I love that. What motivated you to write the book? Was it a quick decision or did something trigger it? Or did you
Oh
always
God, no.
want to write?
That was not that was not a quick decision, because I think everybody thinks at some point of their life, oh, they want to write a book. But I think at some point I started to ask myself a little bit, okay, why am I interested in so many different things? Because as your introduction went, I do many different things, and I really wanted to find a mutual point. So I started to integrate. If I would learn the same lesson from different sources, I started to integrate this and started to write down as something more for myself. But then I realized after a certain point, okay, this might actually be quite a good read for somebody else, and this is how it happened in the end. So even though I started to write it for myself, in the end it came out for other people as well.
Which is brilliant because obviously we're studying the same material. So I think it's fantastic for mindset and learning about the mind. How do you, what do you find a powerful connection to in the martial art and the studying? Does it help? Okay, so what I would like to know is like, do you find it easier to understand the materials because of what you do? The reason I ask is because I'm a climber and I go hiking, and I do find it really easier to get it the inner understanding, inner connection to something when you actually physically achieve something. So I always say to my kids, like, to learning about discipline and persistence, you should actually go out and practice it on something. It doesn't have to be climbing, but do you find, because it takes a really power mind to do the martial art?
It's actually quite funny that you say that, because one of the chapters in the book is called experience, and there I write about that actually only the knowledge plus experience can lead to understanding. So you need to have this experience part. If you don't have it, that knowledge actually never translates to true understanding.
Oh,
And I think anytime you start to, because anything that you learn in life, it speaks about a little bit about how you live. Even if you
yes,
climbed, how you climbed. This is a lot about life. Martial arts, they're all about life. It's not about only self-protection, but also self-actualization in the end.
Mm,
So of course it helps when you see the same things through many different eyes.
yes. Okay. So you do find it, yeah, I do agree. I absolutely agree. It's just like when you, it's like applying it, isn't it? You can study all the, Bob says this all the time, you can study everything, all the books. If you do not apply the knowledge, nothing happens. And
Absolutely.
so I've always wanted to do, and my little one was actually doing, is it jujitsu? So
Uh-huh.
he was doing it for 4 years. He was brilliant, but with all these things, he kind of finished 2 years ago. But he's been asking to go back. I really, I forgot the friend who actually does that, and he keeps saying to us, I don't remember which one. I think he does Aikido.
Mhm.
And I know it's the ducking effect, isn't it? So you literally don't use any power, like the mind works really brilliantly there. And I've actually seen them practicing it. It is amazing.
Yeah.
What did you are you going to create any program around it, or are you teaching people
Uh, I
the principles, like they could actually connect with you, or will they, what would people get? How do they use your book? What do they get out of it?
I think what was quite an interesting thing, every feedback that I got, each person got something else from the book, because the book
Okay.
in the end is split in 3 parts, and every part talk about one fundamental like question. So the first question is, where are you going? The second question is, where are you now? And the third question is, who you are. And
Oh,
it is very
fantastic.
funny that each person actually had at this point in their time a different question that they were dealing with. So people, I mean, you can use the book really as an independent thing. But I like, for example, I also, with the people who read the book, I like also to teach one of Bob's program, for example, thinking into results.
Yes.
So this really goes hand in hand, because a lot of the stuff that is explained in the book actually is repeated in the program, of course, more in depth.
Yes, of course. Oh, that's brilliant. I love that. So basically people will always resonate with which part of the life they find themselves, and they can just get into it. That's brilliant. Okay, so you of course, because you are a consultant, so you can actually then give them deeper understanding of that. Is the book ever for any ages? Or would you say it's for a certain age? Would like children at certain age read it? I mean, teenagers.
I think that you can start reading a book even when you're 15 or 16, because it goes through many interesting life events. So the book is not dry. It can be really read as a nice story, very
Okay.
fast. But with age, you start to understand the certain parts of the book, and then you have to go back and reread it. So I had people like reading it at once in a couple of hours, saying, wow, it's a great read. I like that message. But then I had people saying, wow, I've read this book for 3 times already and I quit my job. So it's like, okay, that works as
Brilliant.
well.
Love it. I love that. I've seen Bob's paradigm shift and quit my jobs. Yeah.
So
Oh,
it's
fantastic.
actually quite cool when you get to see that kind of
Inspired.
impact.
Yeah. And that is what I mean. It's like people really grab books and they go and they resonate with the certain thing. They can link to it and then they move on. So where can people get your book?
You can get it on Amazon, either Kindle or paperback link. It's still on Amazon. So yeah,
Oh,
just feel
fantastic.
free to go type a beginner with a black belt, and
Okay. I'll put all the links for everybody so you can have and connect to Anna as well. If you have any questions or reviews, please leave reviews if you read, because the authors really appreciate reviews.
yeah.
And it's really amazing to hear also stories from you, and to know what you actually liked about the book. Um, Fine, brilliant. Thank you so much talking to you. Is there
Thank you
anything
so much
else
for
you'd
inviting
like
me.
to share with us?
Sorry.
Was there anything else you would like to share with us?
Well, I think for every person that is thinking about like changing something or getting a little bit unstuck, I think really the first question really is the most important question. Because I had people asking me, why is where am I going the first part of the book?
That came to my mind straight away. I don't know why I didn't ask, but I wanted to.
Because it depends very much on this question, the answers to the other two.
That's true. That is true, actually. You set your
So
goal first, and then you work out what you're going to
exactly.
do and how you're going
So
to.
this is
I
why I
love
say,
I love the way. It's probably not obvious to everyone. Whoever's studying with Bob and Peggy would immediately respond to that. And I was actually wondering about that, but yeah, fantastic. Okay, that's brilliant. So people seriously, like, if you feel you're stuck, you would like to change your results, you would like some motivation and inspiration, it's the best book, and you can get it, and Anna can help you. So if you can connect, it was wonderful to have you. Thank you so much for your time.
thank you
And,
so much.
and I'm sure we'll see you soon.
Absolutely.
Happy read, everybody. And thank you for giving us your time. Really appreciate you.